إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فهو المهتدي ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله صفيه وخليله، أرسله بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا وداعيا إلى الله بإذنه وسراجا منيرا. أما بعد، فإن خير الحديث كتاب الله، وخير الهدي هدي محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. My dear brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in His book, يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. ويقول سبحانه وتعالى يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. My dear brothers and sisters, I was inspired by the occasion of Isra and Mi'raj, but I'm not planning to talk about the detail of that event, but I am going to point out to the events that preceded it, to the events that our Prophet Muhammad went through till it led to the treatment, to the special treatment and honor that Allah granted our Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. It is agreed among the scholars that the Isra al-Mi'raj happened in the year known to be Aam al-Huzn, the year of sadness, year of sorrow for the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. In the same year he lost his dear wife, his companion, his support, the one who was on his side in every circumstance and in every condition. She was always there by him, giving him the support, and she meant a lot to him, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Like every one of us, your other half is very important to you, and no family is complete without either of the parents. And to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, Khadija was very important. Then it was his uncle also, Abu Talib, who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, through him, he gave the support and protection to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. When Quraysh turned against him, when all his people turned against him, he found the protection and security granted to him by his uncle because of his status among Bani Quraysh. He's from the elders of Quraysh. And he gave him that protection for some time. Now both of them have died. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, like every one of us has, he did not give up. So he sought to go to outside Mecca and do da'wah. And what came to his mind was Ta'if, where the tribe of Bani Thaqif lived. And he went there in the hope that hopefully he'll find some people who will believe in him. If his people in Quraysh have disbelieved in him, have rejected him, he was hoping that maybe the people of Thaqif in Ta'if would believe in him. He took his Zayd ibn Haritha, the boy whom he raised from childhood, he took him to be his assistant. Zayd ibn Haritha was on his side in every move that he did in Ta'if. And the treatment that he received was not good at all. Contrary to what he was hoping, they rejected him as well. Not only that, contrary to the Arabs' traditions, who are normally known as to be hospitable and generous, but to them Muhammad ﷺ is of a different kind. He's preaching a word, he's preaching a religion, an ideology that is radical, so radical that it will shake the foundation of their society, that it does not require compromise or kindness. And so they really treated him in the harshest manner possible. And they sent their children, they gave them stones, and they threw stones at him. Sallallahu alayhi wasallam went out of Taif, bleeding, disappointed, frustrated, so down that how could such people turn down somebody who cares for them, who brought them the message of truth? My dear brothers and sisters, it's a situation that you do not wish to be in that situation. It is very, very difficult. And if it wasn't for the strength that Allah gave to His Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he would have probably given up on his message. But he didn't sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then, my brothers, as he went out of the door, out of the walls just outside Taif, he leaned on a wall that was part of a garden, part of a bustan, and he rested for a while. And that belonged to one of the major people of Quraysh, Utbah and Shayba. And so they saw what happened to him. For some moment they felt, maybe let's solicitude him, give him something just to make it easy for him. So they sent one of their servants or one of their slaves to give him grapes. Taif is a very rich land. It's full of hadaiq and basateen, fruit trees and all sorts. Still today it is one of the best outings. If you want to go out of Mecca, you go to Taif. So sallallahu alayhi wa sallam sat, and then before he ate he said Bismillah. And the boy is observing, this young man is observing. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam did not waste the time, and he asked this man, whose name was Addas, he said, what is your name and where do you come from? He said, I come from Nainawa. And he said, oh, Nainawa, Nainawa, the place where Prophet Yunus ibn Mutta was sent. He said, do you know about Yunus? He said, of course I know about Yunus. I am a prophet, he was a prophet, and I am a prophet. This young man was astonished, was Christian. And he started kissing Prophet Muhammad ﷺ from his hands, from his head, and he said, I believe in you. And he was the first person to believe in Taif. So after all, that journey did not come empty-handed, and he never gave up to the last moment doing da'wah. That is a lesson for us, my dear brothers, that we always should look for the opportunity to da'wah, be true to yourself, be true to your values, and always find the opportunity. Maybe through you, some kind words from you will open the heart of somebody. And sallallahu alayhi wa sallam then continued his journey. When he was about 35 kilometers outside Taif, he raised his head in the sky and he saw a cloud, through which Jibreel spoke to him and said to him, Allah has sent you the angel of mountains. Allah has heard you, had seen what people of Taif have done to you, and he sent you the angel of the mountains. So the angel of mountain addressed Prophet Muhammad ﷺ and said to him, I have been greetings. And then he said to him, I've been sent by Allah to give you a choice. If you wish, I could bring these two mountains on top of people of Taif, and no one of them will ever see life again. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, who was sent rahmatan lil alameen, he said no. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that maybe some of their offsprings become a believer and a muwahhid. And that's exactly what happens later. Many people from Thaqif became Muslims. Then he went out and he prayed and made a dua. Then Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam used this dua, which I really is the subject of my khutbah today. I won't be long, inshallah. He raised his hand, he said, Allahumma ilayka ashku du'fa quwwati wa qillata hilati. He said, Oh Allah, I complain of my feeble strength and of my helplessness to you. Allahumma ilayka ashku du'fa quwwati wa qillata hilati, and my helplessness. I am powerless and I am helpless. I've run out of ideas. wa qillata hilati wa hawani ala nas. People have no respect to me and they have treated me with hostility. Ya Arhamar Rahimin, O the most merciful, Anta Rabbi, Anta Rabbul Mustad'afin, you are the Lord of the weakness, and you are my Lord. Wa Anta Rabbi, Ila man takiluni, to whom would you turn me to? To afar, Ila ba'idin yatajahhamuni, to a far distant person who treated me with hostility, or you turn me, O ila aduwin mallaktahu amri, is referring to Ta'if and to Mecca. Now, or do you want me to return to Mecca where my enemies, they have the upper hand? Mallaktahu amri, إِن لَمْ يَكُنْ بِكَ غَضَبٌ. If all that happened to me, it is not a sign of anger from you towards me, then I don't care. Allah. He said, Oh Allah, if all that happened to me, it is not a sign that you are angry with me, then I do not care. فَلَا أُبَالِي إِن لَمْ يَكُنْ إن لم يكن بك غضب علي فلا أبالي ولكن عافيتك هي أوسع لي, but your kindness is big enough for me. أعوذ بنور وجهك, I seek refuge in the light of your face, to whom the whole world has enlightened. الذي أشرقت له الظلمات, where light has, where darkness has disappeared because of your light, O Allah, and because of the light of your face. وصلح عليه أمر الدنيا والآخرة. This dunya and al-akhirah is there standing because of you, my Lord. وصلح عليه أمر الدنيا والآخرة. He's seeking refuge in the light of Allah that removed darkness, that made the world and the akhirah stand. He seeks refuge from Allah that he would be angry with him. من أن تنزل علي أن تنزل بي غضبك أو يحل علي سخطك, or you will be upset with me. I seek refuge in you, not to be angry with me, not to be upset with me. لك العتبى حتى ترضى. All the praise is to you, Allah, until you are pleased. ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. And there is no might, no strength, nothing possible except with the will and the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's a beautiful dua, and I think it can apply to our situation today. We return and we complain to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the feebleness, from the weakness of the Ummah today, of the helplessness that some of our brothers and sisters in some parts of the world are going through. Some Muslims, followers of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, are venturing the oceans and the seas crossing to different parts of the world, seeking refuge, looking for somebody to accept them. You look in the Far East, you hear of the Muslims, the Rohingya Muslims, who are living in the oceans, maltreated, not well received, left and right. Anyone he wants to pick, he can pick on Muslims today. And Muslims in the Middle East, people of Syria, are seeking refuge in Europe, taking the boats and ships going to Europe. Palestinians running away. What kind of situation? Just like Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he went out of Mecca looking for somebody to accept him, and he is rejected. And I really find this dua is a dua that we should make today, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help our brothers and sisters wherever they may be. And if it is not anger from Allah, believe me, my dear brothers, we will endure and we will overcome, inshallah. And the help of Allah will come in time. And all the oppressing powers and all the oppressing forces, they will disappear bi-idhnillah. Just like Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam returned to Mecca victorious one day. Then, my dear brothers, Zayd ibn Haritha looked to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and said to him, Ya Rasulullah, are you going to Mecca? After this, and then you going to Mecca again? Zayd feeling sorry for Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Not that he has a better idea, but he is feeling sorry for Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. This is what you got in time. And you have left Mecca looking for somewhere, and now you have to go back to Mecca. Listen to what he said to him. Ya Zayd, Inna Allah ja'ilun lima tara farajan wa makhraja. Ya Zayd, Allah will bring light. Allah will make it easy. Allah will find me a way to all that you see. Allah will make makhraj and faraj to our situation. وَإِنَّ اللَّهَ نَاصِرٌ دِينًا. And Allah will make His religion prevail. Allah will help His deen. وَإِنَّ اللَّهَ نَاصِرٌ دِينًا وَمُظْهِرٌ نَبِيًّا. Allah will give victory to this religion, and His Prophet will be dominant, will be victorious bi-idhnillah. At this weakest moment, he never lost hope. He never lost hope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give him victory and will help his ummah. So exactly the same thing I will tell myself and tell my brothers and sisters. Don't ever despair. Don't ever think that there will be no light at the end of the tunnel. Don't ever think there will be no better tomorrow. There will be a better tomorrow, bi-idhnillah. And there will be light at the end of the tunnel, and Allah will make His religion prevail again. It is He who has sent His messenger with the religion of truth. هو الذي أرسل رسوله بالهدى, with the guidance, ودين الحق, and the religion of truth, so that He will make it ليظهره على الدين كله, so that He will make it prevail over all other religions by His will subhanahu wa ta'ala. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفركم الله الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، أحمده حمد الشاكرين، وأصلي وأسلم على نبيه الأمين المبعوث رحمة للعالمين. Very little point about the event of Isra and Mi'raj. After returning to Mecca, and after all the treatment he received in Taif, it was almost a situation that looked so bleak, so low. The morale of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is so low at that moment that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose to give him a special treatment that was not granted to any prophet before him. he was taken at night from Mecca to Jerusalem. And this event is recorded in Surah Al-Isra. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. سبحان الذي أسرى بعبده ليلا من المسجد الحرام إلى المسجد الأقصى الذي باركنا حوله لنريه من آياتنا إنه هو السميع البصير. My dear brothers and sisters, Allah took His servant Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, that weak human being who has been let down by people. He took him on a journey that is unique. He was taken to Jerusalem, to Al-Masjid Al-Aqsa. At that time it wasn't a mosque. It has never been a mosque for Muslims before that. But it was a place of worship. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as if telling the Muslims that one day that place will be a mosque for Muslims forever, bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Despite of it being it today under occupation and Muslims do not have the upper hand, but that it will come inshallah. It was occupied by the Crusaders before that for 80 years, and it was liberated, and bi-idhnillah Al-Aqsa will be free. The Muslims of Al-Aqsa will be free. And inshallah, by the grace of Allah, I pray that Allah will grant us a prayer in that place. To all of you, inshallah. It is a special place. It's a blessed place. الَّذِي بَارَكْنَا حَوْلَهُ. Allah called it a blessed place. And at that night, He led the prayer, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. All the prophets, by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's will, they prayed behind him. He was a leader, and that, my dear brothers, what does it signify? That we are the Ummah, the best Ummah raised to mankind. كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس لتكونوا شهداء على الناس. This is another ayah. Allah كذلك جعلناكم أمة وسطا لتكونوا شهداء على الناس ويكون الرسول عليكم شهيدا. Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is no longer among us, but we are his followers, and we have to carry the mission. We have a heavy responsibility on our shoulders, my dear brothers and sisters. We are to take Islam to people. There will be no prophet after Muhammad. There is no other religion accepted to Allah except the religion of Islam. It is you and me that should take this Islam to every heart, to every human being. Don't ever lose the opportunity that Allah sends to you. Talk to people about Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Talk to them about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and talk to them about this beautiful religion, religion of mercy and kindness, religion for the first day people were treated equal, no discrimination based on race. There is no difference between black and white. In the first early community, that is, he made it clear. This is one of the reasons. The leaders of Quraysh feared Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. How can he make an ex-slave to be equal to a master in Quraysh? Slavery, racism, that still humanity suffers today. Still it makes news today. People are revolting because they are treated less than human beings because of their color. What kind of world is this? The world of Islam, that issue has already been dealt with. It is never an issue. And look at this beautiful community here. We come from different parts of the world. All colors, all races. And we pray side to side in one mosque. And we believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We signify, we symbolize humanity at its best. This is Islam. These are the followers of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We are meant to be leaders of the world. Just like Rasulullah led the prayer, and they prayed all behind him. And he prayed in Al-Aqsa, which we should never forget it. We should always strive for it to be free. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And then he was risen to the seventh heaven, and he went through every heaven. And it is recorded in authentic hadith where he had seen what he had experienced. لَقَدْ رَأَى مِنْ آيَاتِهِ الْكُبْرَى. He had seen the biggest signs that no human beings had ever seen. And he has been so near to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that even Jibreel couldn't go beyond that. A special treatment. قاب قوسين أو أدنى, was so close. عند سدرة المنتهى عندها جنة المأوى. Surah Al-Najm is beautifully describes what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam saw in the seventh heaven. The special treatment that he was given sallallahu alaihi wasallam. My brothers and sisters, it was on that day that prayer was ordained for us. 5 prayers from 50. The kind Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam continued to plead to Allah. With his wisdom and with his knowledge, he made it 5 subhanahu wa ta'ala to be 5 prayers a day. This is the symbol of religion. You establish prayer, you have established deen. Without prayer, there is no deen. Amuduhu salat, it is the pillar of religion. So my brothers, you have to be a Muslim, you have to do your prayers properly and on time. Can our situation change? It will be idhnillah. When Allah knows best. What is our duty? Do your duty in your family, raise your family, take care of our boys and girls, give them the best education, give them the best akhlaq, make them proud Muslims. And they are the ones who will be ambassadors of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam all over the world. اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت وعافنا فيمن عافيت وتولنا واصرف عنا شر ما قضيت اللهم لا تدع لنا ذنبا الا غفرته ولا دينا